I want to show you the exact workflow I use to build every single video on this channel, from a blank page to a published video on YouTube, using only AI tools, free stock footage, and a laptop. No camera, no microphone, no prior experience in video production. This is not a theoretical walkthrough. Every step I'm about to describe is the actual process behind the videos on this channel. And by the end of this video, you will have a complete, replicable system that you can start using this week, even if you have never made a YouTube video before. The workflow has 5 stages: scripting, voiceover, footage, editing, and publishing. Let's go through each one in detail. Stage 1 is scripting, and this is where most people overthink things and never start. The mistake most beginners make is trying to write a YouTube script the way they write an email or an essay. Full sentences, careful editing, polished phrasing from the very first word. This approach produces paralysis, not content. The correct approach is to use Claude or ChatGPT as your research and drafting partner, not as a tool that produces a finished script in one go. Here is the exact prompt structure that works. Start by telling the AI the topic, the audience, the tone, and the length. Something like, write a video script outline for a 10-minute YouTube video about the 5 biggest AI mistakes professionals make in 2026. The audience is people aged 25 to 45 who are worried about job security. The tone should be calm, clear, and practical. Include a strong hook, 4 to 5 main sections, and a call to action at the end. That prompt produces a solid structure in about 30 seconds. From there, you expand each section with a follow-up prompt. Now write the full script for section 2. Add specific examples and keep the reading pace at about 130 words per minute. The complete scripting process, from blank page to a finished 10-minute script ready for voiceover, takes between 20 and 40 minutes using this method. The first time, it might take longer. By your 5th video, it will feel entirely natural. One critical habit to build at the scripting stage: write for the ear, not the eye. Short sentences, active voice. No jargon unless you immediately explain it. Read every section aloud as you write it and cut anything that sounds unnatural when spoken. The script does not need to be perfect. It needs to be clear and natural sounding. Stage 2 is voiceover, and this is the stage that removes the biggest barrier most people have to starting a channel. 11 Labs is the tool. You paste your script into the text box, select a voice from their library, and generate professional quality audio in a matter of seconds. The quality of the best voices on 11 Labs is genuinely indistinguishable, from a trained human broadcaster to the average viewer. The voice selection matters more than most people realize. Spend 30 minutes in your first session listening to different voices with your actual script text. Do not judge a voice on the demo samples. They are optimized to sound impressive. Paste in a paragraph from your own script, because the rhythm and vocabulary of your writing will interact differently with each voice. Find the one that sounds like the authoritative but approachable version of the channel you want to build, and then stick with it across every video. Consistency of voice builds audience recognition faster than almost any other factor. The settings that work best for educational and career content are a stability setting between 60 and 70%, and a similarity setting between 75 and 80%. Higher stability makes the voice more consistent but slightly flatter. Lower stability adds natural variation, but can occasionally produce unexpected inflections. The range I just gave you is the right balance for calm, clear narration. Generate the audio in sections rather than all at once. Introduction, then each main section, then the outro. This gives you flexibility to regenerate individual sections if the pacing feels off, without having to redo the entire audio. Stage 3 is footage, and the rule here is simple enough to follow from your very first video. Pexels is your primary source. Every clip on Pexels is free for commercial use. No attribution required, and the library is large enough that you will almost never exhaust it for a given topic. The search terms that work best are descriptive and specific. Not just office, but confident person working laptop home office. Not just technology, but artificial intelligence computer screen glowing. The more specific the search term, the better the quality of the results. Download 3 to 4 clips for every section of your video and pick the best one during the edit. This takes slightly longer up front, but makes the editing stage significantly faster because you are not stopping to search for footage mid-edit. For abstract concepts that are difficult to represent with real footage. The future of work, the idea of AI changing industries, the feeling of momentum. AI-generated video from a tool like Runway or Pika provides a clean solution. Use these sparingly, perhaps 1 or 2 clips per video, as visual variety alongside the stock footage. The ratio that works well for this type of educational content is roughly 70% stock footage, 20% animated text overlays and graphics, and 10% AI-generated visuals. That balance feels varied and professionally produced without looking like the footage was assembled from a single library. Stage 4 is editing in CapCut. And this is more straightforward than most beginners expect. Import your voiceover audio first. Place it on the audio track and listen through to mark the beginning of each major section with a label. Then import your footage clips and drag them onto the video track above the audio, matching the visual to the content of each section as you go. The goal at this stage is not perfection, it is coverage. Make sure every second of the voiceover has appropriate footage running above it. Once the base cut is assembled, add 3 things before you export. First, auto captions. CapCut's automatic captioning tool transcribes your voiceover and places synced captions on the video in 1 click. Captions increase average view duration by between 10 and 15%, which is one of YouTube's strongest ranking signals. This alone is worth the 2 minutes it takes to do. Second, text overlays for key statistics and key phrases. When your voiceover delivers a striking number or a core concept, add a bold text overlay on screen at that moment. White text, semi-transparent dark background, hold for 3 to 4 seconds. This breaks visual monotony and reinforces retention. Third, add background music at very low volume. CapCut's built-in royalty-free music library has enough variety for any topic. Keep the music between 8 and 12% of the voiceover volume. It should be felt rather than heard. Export at 1080p, MP4 format, 30 frames per second. Stage 5 is publishing, and the decisions you make here affect how many people YouTube shows your video to. The title needs to contain the exact phrase people are searching for. Before finalizing your title, type your topic into the YouTube search bar and look at the autocomplete suggestions. Those suggestions are real searches being made right now. If one of them matches your content, use it as the foundation of your title. The description needs your PayHip link on the very first line, before anything else, because that is the only part YouTube shows in search results before the click. Then, your timestamps, your tool links, and your affiliate links beneath that. Upload your Canva thumbnail, bold text, maximum 3 colors, readable at the size of a postage stamp. Set the video to public, add your end screen elements, publish, and then immediately post your own pinned comment with the guide link. That sequence, done twice a week consistently, is the complete publishing workflow. That is the full system. Script with Claude, voiceover with 11 Labs, footage from Pexels, edit in CapCut, publish with an optimized title, description, and pinned comment. Every video on this channel is built using this exact workflow. It takes between 4 and 8 hours per video when you are learning it, and between 2 and 4 hours once it becomes routine. At 2 videos per week, that is a maximum of 16 hours per week to run a professional faceless YouTube channel alongside a full-time job. The AI Proof Your Career Guide is linked in the description. It covers the full framework for using AI to protect and grow your career, including the complete prompting cheat sheet that will make stage 1 of this workflow significantly faster. It is 14 pages and available as an instant download right now. Subscribe for new videos every Monday and Thursday. And drop a comment below and which stage of this workflow are you going to start with? I read every single one.